I was making The Exorcist for Warner Brothers, and John Calley, who is head of Warner Brothers, sent me a message that they would like to do another film with me because he was looking at the dailies every day. So I said, wonderful, fine. And they started sending me all of the scripts that they had, they thought I might be interested in. And all of the women's roles were within the convention at the time, which was, it was either a woman in jeopardy who was a victim, or it was a dutiful wife, or a prostitute. You know, it was the whore, the mother, or the wife. Those were the roles. And I said I would like to do a film with them, but I didn't really like any of the ones that they offered me. And so I started looking for a film that reflected what I saw happening around me, to myself and to all other women. And then I found my life with my son.
I went off and did Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, which was, for me, a studio project. Again, experimenting with the style of John Cassavetes.
Marty Scorsese sets up the situation on the set where the most artistry can give birth to itself. And it's very improvisational, and everybody contributes what they have to. Realization that I had discovered for myself at that time in my own marriage, that I always thought I was an assistant person. You know, I was there to assist my husband in living the life, but it was his life that I was assisting with. And suddenly I realized, no, wait a minute, this is my life, and I get to do what I want to do. And it was such a wild concept that I could do what I wanted to do.
I didn't want to play roles where I was just the girl on somebody's arm. You know, I didn't want to be the girl in movies either. I wanted to, you know, I wanted to be a person. In the book, Carrie, she was just a complete loser. And I felt like there needed to be some little ray of hope, you know, that it would make it sadder to think that Carrie could have been the prom queen. The possibility of all of it, if you could have believed it and if she could have pulled it off, then it would be sadder when the walls came tumbling down. And I think that it really was that little ray of hope that is what got me the part.
The boys, yes, the boys. After the blood come the boys, like sniffing dogs, grinning and slobbering and trying to find out where that smell comes from. Where the smell is, that smell. Listen, I know where they take in that cars. I see it all right. Well, you're not going.
Already said I would.
Tell that boy you're not going or I'm going to move from here.
No.
Move from here and you'll never see that boy again. Lorraine's coming in.
Mom, please sit talk to
Let it
me.
close the window.
Mama, I'll get him. Please sit talk to me.
I'm going, Mama.
It would have been a very different film had not been for Piper. I remember working with her, and it was just astonishing, the power that she had that just came from her solar plexus. I just can't tell you how much fun we had working together. And really, we didn't fraternize. We didn't hang out together. Like I was off, you know, in the dark rafters, and we really knew each other only through those characters, which was just wonderful.
A friend of my wife's and mine, a wonderful woman, came to show us the deed to her house. She was divorced, and she had finally gotten her own home. And on the deed, it had her name, and it said an unmarried woman. And I had those light bulbs that go off in your head. Boom. So I started interviewing women who I kind of knew who were divorced and now considered unmarried. And out of that came this script, and I sort of became a woman for about 3 or 4 months. I was very comfortable.
I want to know something. Did you fall out of love with my flesh, my body, or me? With Erica? Did you fall out of love with Erica?
Wait a minute, I didn't fall out of love with you. I love you. I mean, all right, it's different now, but I love you. I can't just erase all those years. I'll always love you.
I was your hooker, Martin. I was a bright, high price, classy hooker. Upper East Side by way of Vassar hooker, but I was your hooker.
You're the lousy shrink.
There were glimmerings of emergent feminism. I think Jane Fonda saw to that. She never played a secondary role to the male leads. Every part she played was... It evolved from something less to something more.
What's the difference between going out on a call as a model or as an actress, as a call girl? You're successful as a call girl. You're not
because
successful.
when you're a call girl, you control it. That's why. Because someone wants you. Not me. I mean, there are some Johns that I have regularly that want me, and that's terrific. But they want a woman, and I know I'm good. And I arrive at their hotel or their apartment, and they're usually nervous, which is fine because I'm not. I know what I'm doing. And for an hour, I'm the best actress in the world and the best fuck in the world. And
why'd you say you're the best actress in the world at that time?
Oh, because it's an act.
I have a special debt that I feel I owe Jane in a way, because They Shoot Horses Don't They was a kind of a turning point in my career. It was one of the great movie experiences I ever had, despite the fact that it was a kind of a director's nightmare in the sense that it's all in one set. Number two, it's all the same activity. And number three, it's all the same activity in one set that has to get slower because they get more tired. I had to design the lighting and the sets so that there were no floor units, no walls, and everything could go 360 degrees. And going 360 degrees meant I couldn't give her any days off. She was very serious about her work. I mean, terrifically serious. And she did this performance without a shred of vanity. Jane was way out in front of everybody, and it took a lot of guts to be that visible and that open and frank. She was sort of fearless in a way. Whether you agreed with her or you didn't agree with her, you certainly had to admire her guts and her passion and her conviction. She was not playing it safe.
Because although the bombs are falling on Vietnam, it's an American tragedy. The tragedy is ours, and it's going to take the American people many, many years to undo the damage and to wipe off the blight that has been put on our flag and our country by the likes of Mr. Nixon.